Hi everyone, it's Paul from This Design That. Today we're going to compare Upwork and Freelancer to see which one of these platforms is the best to start working on and earning money on. One of the reasons why I chose to do this video was that I often see video reviews of these two platforms, and a lot of the time they are negative. So there's one particular video that I recently saw that described how a video maker's friend had a very well established app development firm in Europe, and they decided to sign up to Upwork and try to get more work and clients. They set up their profile and they applied to about 100 jobs, and from this they only got 2 responses and they ended up not landing a single client. So the video concluded that Upwork and other freelancer platforms are a waste of time. Now, I did have a bit of a gripe about this video, and that was that the video maker offered a course on Udemy teaching you how to land clients in the real world. So I did find this a little bit biased. Also, when you think about it, it makes sense that the person with a newly created account on Upwork with no reviews couldn't land many jobs. You've got much less chance of landing a job on one of these platforms if you've got no experience to show. These platforms are incredibly competitive, and unless you're offering rock bottom prices, there's probably not much chance of landing many high budget clients in your first few months. I wouldn't take this person's experience as proof that the platforms don't work, because the scenario is slightly flawed. The platforms can make you money, and I say this because I've been working on Upwork and Freelancer for more than 5 years now. I was a member of Odesk, which then got rebranded and merged with Elance, which subsequently then rebranded again into Upwork. So I've been with them for quite some time now. And the same goes with freelancer.com. I remember they used to be called VWorker long ago, and they also bought and they merged with Get a Freelancer and also a few other platforms to eventually become freelancer.com. So I've been with both of these platforms for quite a long time now, and on the whole my experience has been positive. Especially when I was going through university, it really did help me in providing an additional income. What's more is it was very flexible, which was great for me because during term time when I was busy with university projects, I didn't have that much time to work on the platforms. But when the holiday time comes around, you've got a bit more free time, and I could actually work and earn money. So it was good that I could switch between the two. Also, you can work in the comfort of your own home, which is great because in the daytime you could work on the uni projects, and you could just switch over and start bidding on jobs and potentially start doing some work to earn some money. Working from home does help, especially if you compare it to the time and money that you spend commuting to a job. So I wouldn't let a few horror stories from other freelancers put you off from signing up and just trying it out and seeing how you get on. There is the problem that you are competing in the global marketplace on these platforms. It's obvious when you have workers from countries where working for a few dollars per hour is sustainable. But in my experience, a lot of clients are happy to pay a premium price for someone who is reliable, a good communicator, and also provides obviously quality work. Not all these platforms are created equal though, and this is what I want to talk about in this video. So let's compare Freelancer and Upwork. So the first big difference between these two platforms is the number of bids that you have per month to use when applying to jobs, and the second is how easy it is to find relevant jobs. Now, I find Freelancer and Upwork to be on the opposite sides of the spectrum when it comes to these two factors. So with a free Freelancer account, you get 8 bids per month, and they have got 5 different levels of membership from the free account, and they range from £1 a month all the way up to £33 per month. Now, with each membership level you get more perks, and you also get more bids per month. For the Plus membership, which is the mid-range membership level of £5 per month, you'll get 100 bids. In my experience, this is more than enough to actually land work. So with Upwork, you've only got 2 membership levels. You've got the basic, which is the free account, and you get 60 connects per month, or you can upgrade to the Plus plan for $10 per month, and that gives you 70 connects per month. And you also get the ability to roll over any unused bids. The rollover feature is actually quite good because, for example, while I was away for a few months and not working online, I kept my membership open, and therefore I could stockpile my connects. And now that I've returned back to work, I think I've got close to 200 connects, which is really helpful in earning more money. Now, 1 connect does not equal 1 bid on Upwork. Typically, to bid on a job, it will cost you 2 connects per application. So in reality, you get to apply to about 30 jobs per month. I think Freelancer is definitely better value for money when it comes to membership plans and the amount of bids that you get per month. But there is one problem with that, and it is the ease of finding jobs on each of these platforms. So Freelancer, you get more bids per month, but the filtering system and the categorization features are terrible. And this results in you just spend much more time and you waste many more bids applying to jobs that you probably won't lead to actually anything. So what I'm going to do is I will show you the interfaces of Freelancer and Upwork, and I will show you why this is the case. First, we'll take a look at Freelancer. This is the job search interface on Freelancer, and we have a few options here to filter out the jobs. We have a search box that you can enter keywords. So for instance, you could type in logo design. You have skills, which are kind of like tags that are associated with the project. One of the biggest problems with Freelancer is that the skills are not accurately applied to job listings. This right here is one of my biggest complaints with Freelancer. So many jobs are tagged with graphic design. So you will see mobile app development, user interface development, you will see web design and everything else tagged with graphic design, which means that using these tags to actually find jobs is not very accurate, and it just results in you having to scroll through pages and pages of irrelevant jobs. Next, you have the job types. That's self-explanatory. I just usually untick contest because that's not the type of work that I'm looking for. You can click on the more filters option, and then you've got a few more things to choose from. Listing types, these are not really used that much, so it's not really worth using them, and also they're not actually very well explained on this interface. Languages and location are self-explanatory, so that's really about it. There's not much to filter by. Now I will show you the Upwork job search interface, and this is pretty much one of the biggest reasons as to why I think Upwork is superior to Freelancer. You can see that we've got more options to choose from. First of all, you've got job type, you can do hourly and fixed price, which is the same as Freelancer. You've got number of proposals, which is quite handy because you can filter out jobs that have been applied to, say like 20 to 50 times, as maybe there's probably less chance of you getting a job that's already got a ton of applications. You can filter by experience level, which is really handy because you can remove all of the budget jobs, which are pretty much the lowest paying jobs on Upwork, and you can show just the jobs where people are looking for experts and therefore willing to pay more. And also, if you think about this on the flip, if you're just starting out, it's great to filter out all of the expert and intermediate jobs, because really you've probably only got a chance of landing an entry-level job if you've got no reviews on your profile and you're just starting out. Next is the budget, which is the same as Freelancer. After that, you have client history. Now, this is something that I really like. You can filter out all of the clients that are posting jobs who have no hiring history. This is important because on Freelancer, I see a lot of job posts from accounts that have never hired before. By filtering out those that have actually hired on the platform, there's a much higher chance that obviously they're going to hire for the job that you're bidding on. Another really handy filter in the options is to filter by verified payment. This just shows you that they're probably a little bit more serious about hiring if they've gone through the effort of verifying their means of payment. You can also filter by the categories, and these are much more accurate. Jobs are more accurately tagged, and you'll find many more relevant jobs if you obviously choose like a specific category here. Also, a nice feature with Upwork is that you can save these filters as a preset. So each time you go to your dashboard, you can just click on it and it will show you all of the job listings that match those specific filtering options. Next, we'll take a look at the actual quality of the jobs being posted. In my experience, I find the postings on Upwork to be much better. Freelancer has been plagued with spam postings for a number of years now, and also has very low quality, inaccurate and vague job postings. With Upwork, I find the process of posting a job to be a little bit better designed, and you can ask questions about the project in an easy way, which does help to add a little bit of clarity to the job. Applying to jobs on Upwork, again, is easier of the two, definitely. I find the Freelancer process of applying to jobs is a little bit slower in that you're forced to add milestones and tag in projects yourself. You can skip this tagging phase, but it is just an extra click that you need to make, which does slow things down. Another feature with Freelancer is their newly introduced bid quality score. This essentially penalises you from posting generic job applications over and over again. While this is fine in theory, the big problem is that many of the job postings are incredibly vague. And as such, the only thing that you can really type when bidding on such a job is a generic, vague response. So most of the time I find myself, asking a simple question like, do you have any examples of the type of logo that you want? And then I just add a brief introduction to myself. You're also penalised for not adding accurate milestones to the project. And again, because the product descriptions are vague a lot of the time, it's really hard to even come up with any sort of milestones. So you find yourself just wasting time entering like 3 or 4 milestones to make it look like you've understood the job, and you don't get flagged by this bid quality score system. The only thing that I can see that is better with Freelancer compared to Upwork is the fees. So Upwork takes a huge 20% of the money you earn, whereas Freelancer only takes 10%. So this is quite a big difference. Another thing I do not like about Freelancer is that you cannot withdraw money directly to a local bank if you're in a certain country. And it just so happens that the UK is one of those countries. With Freelancer, the only options you have are PayPal, Skrill, or the Freelancer debit card, which I have no idea what that is. With Upwork, you can withdraw direct to US banks for free, and you can also withdraw direct to your local bank for a 99 cents fee. So that's great for me because obviously I only have to pay 99 cents, and it means that I get to avoid using PayPal. But they do also accept PayPal, Payoneer, and M-Pesa as ways of withdrawing your money. As you can see, Freelancer and Upwork are quite different platforms, and both have their positives and negatives. In my opinion, I don't think there is any harm in signing up for both of these platforms and applying to jobs. If you're new to freelancing, I think you'll probably definitely have to use both. As you're new, your acceptance rate for jobs will be low, and you might find that you use up all of your bids before the month ends. If this happens, just head over to another platform, sign up, and use your bids on there. Don't get disheartened by this, it's just a hustle that many freelancers go through when using these type of platforms, myself included. There were some months on Upwork where I would blow through my 60 connects in a few days applying to jobs, and I'd maybe land 1 or 2 clients. Once you get the ball rolling, things do get easier though. And once I grinded away for a few solid months on Upwork, I was awarded the top rated status. And since getting this status, I have seen my proposal acceptance increase to the point now where I get pretty much all of my work from Upwork, and I only really bother signing into Freelancer if I'm unable to find any work on Upwork or have used up all of my connects for the month. But as I said, since I got this top rated status, there's not been a month where that's happened yet. I always make sure I keep my portfolio updated on both sites, as you never know when you will need to start using another platform again. So that's a good tip for you there. If I was to do it all over again, I think I'd probably just sign up to Upwork, probably just grind away at projects for very low prices to make sure I always got a 5-star review every project, and just wait until I got that top rated status. It doesn't take as long as what you think. And then from there, I would probably start slowly increasing my rates to a point where I was comfortable with the amount I was earning. So that's about it. I think I've covered everything that I want to say. If you've got any different views on these platforms, please do share your experience in the comments below. I hope newcomers to freelancing found this helpful, and if any of you have any questions, feel free to ask. So thanks for listening. Catch you all later.